Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hour of Devastation full set review. We're going into the green cards, so Anthony is psyched.
Yes, let's do it.
Big monsters incoming, so let's see what we can kick off with. It's an ambuscade. I don't know what that is.
Neither do I. It looks sweet though. Two and a green for an instant. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. So it's better than fight. This is better than green cartouche.
This is Bear Punch, right?
Yeah.
From Khan's block?
Yeah. Except it ups your power. I mean, Bear Punch did for Ferocious or something, right?
It was something like that. It was 1 green and it was a sorcery. This is a 3-mana instant. Punch that guy.
This is common. This is a really good card.
Yeah. This is going to be an excellent green card. I think green's getting a bit of a bump already.
Yeah, I'm super happy about this. This is awesome. This just you might even be just best green common. I haven't looked through all of them yet, but this card's absurd.
Yeah, what a hell of a way to kick off. Ambuscade is going to be very highly picked. It's an excellent little card.
Yeah, get on it.
Now I know I'm gonna after this review I'm gonna go and look up what ambuscade is because I know that word has been used on a card before with the ambuscade shaman, but I don't know what it means, so I'm gonna have to look that up.
It means riding a crocodile.
It might. We'll find out. All right, so Beneath the Sands. Tell us about Beneath the Sands.
It's 2 and a green for sorcery. Search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. And it has cycling too. So this is your mana fixing. This is pretty stock standard, but if you don't need it, you go cycling. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I think this is a cool way to play the Rampant Growth. And, I mean, they're not going to give us Rampant Growth at 2 anymore, but they can tack on 1 extra mana and cycling. That's quite good.
Yeah, that's really good. I'll play this card. I play the big green ramp decks. I'll play this card.
Of course you will play this card. But should the average person play this card? And I think still yes.
I think you want the fixing and the ramp. I mean, you don't just play it in a red-green beatdown deck, but if you're ramping up or need to fix, this is pretty good.
Yeah. And I think the downside of ramp cards in a deck is that they don't do anything later in the game. This, with cycling, it sort of negates that a little bit, which is nice.
Yeah. This is fun.
Alright, anyway, I was able to look up what ambuscade is while you were talking. Just go back there. It's an ambush, so that's why they don't fight back. They're just getting punched in the back of the head.
Sweet.
So this is a king hit, or a coward's punch. Just getting in behind and giving them a crack.
Hey, if it's effective, do it.
Yes. No. In Magic, you can do that.
In Magic.
Don't do that at the pub, that's bad.
Well, you shouldn't hit people.
Exactly. Alright, moving right along. Bitterbow Sharpshooters. This is the Sheehan brothers.
Yep. That was us at F&M last night. We went 1 and 2. That was sweet. Sick brags. 4 and a green for 4/4 Jackal Archer. Has vigilance and reach. So this is actually kind of almost not a reprint, but an effective print of a spider from M13. It was really good, like a vigilance reach.
That one was bigger.
Was it?
It was like a 6/6. Wasn't that huge?
Maybe.
It cost more. It was like 4 green. I remember the one you were talking about. There was a more recent M6. I wasn't playing an M13.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a giant spider thing. Yeah.
Anyway, these are really good effects. Vigilance and reach is just awesome. It just stalls the board and it beats down. So it's a really good card.
Yes. No. Originally, I was referring to the flavor text, which is like, do you guys remember? Aim at the eyes, and the other guy's just going, "Yes, I know."
I don't know who's who. I'm not going to speculate, and I'll just leave that.
All right, then. Let's have a look at the Devotee of Strength. So this is an uncommon 2 and a green for a 3/2 Naga Wizard. And it also has an ability, 4 and a green, target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. This is quite good. I think this is an excellent green playable.
Yeah, the stats are fine by itself, and then in the late game, it gives you something extra to do. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even just pump itself; it pumps anything that you want to swing.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize that. Any creature. Yeah, no, that's obviously a lot better. Yeah, this card's very fine. Yeah.
Yeah, you've just got Threat of Activation, which I like. You just attack in with whatever, and then depending on how they block, you can pump whatever needs to be pumped.
Yep.
Yeah, excellent card. Certainly want to play that one.
Definitely. Yep.
Alright.
June Diviner. 2 and a green for a 2/3 Naga Cleric. 1 and tap an untapped desert you control to gain 1 life. So, meh, whatever. 3 mana for a 2/3 is kind of undercosted for a green card. Sorry, overcosted for a green card. I'm not too excited by this.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. Like, I wonder why this is an uncommon, because this feels like a much weaker effect.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's a deck that wants a lot of deserts and you can gain 2 or 3 life a turn on this, because that's kind of alright, I guess.
Yeah, it is repeatable, so I mean, it doesn't have to tap. It's just pay 2, functionally pay 2 with the desert, and you gain a life. Maybe that's scarier than I think it is, but I just don't see why this is an uncommon.
I don't know. Maybe they just don't want a lot of it at common. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't think it's that good.
No, I don't think I'm really rushing out to play the June Diviner Deserts deck.
No.
Alright, moving on. Feral Prowler.
Ooh, another cat for our tribal deck. 1 and a green for our 1/3 cat, and when it dies, draw a card. That's weird stats for a green card.
Yeah, this is similar to, we've seen blue cards like this fairly frequently. 1/3, draw a card.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan. I mean, it's fine, but it's... I don't know.
Yeah, that's okay. It's an
Not
interesting
exciting.
art style.
Yeah.
It's very unusual. It's got a severed foot, so, you know.
What? Oh, it has a 7 foot. Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
it's what the cat dragged in. It's someone's foot.
Awesome. Okay, yeah.
Are we going to play this? Is this a green 2-drop that you actually want to put in a deck?
Look, I think I might, because like I think it goes in the green defensive like ramp decks, because you just want to sort of, your 2-drops don't really matter in those decks, so you just want something defensive, and it replaces itself. Sometimes they might need a trick. I don't know. I'm not excited about it. It's filler, but I'm sure it's got a place somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. Usually you want your 2-drop to at least trade, and I don't think this is going to trade often enough. There aren't as many X1s that are going to be able to trade with this. There are some, but not a lot.
Yeah, you're probably right. This is weird being in green. It's just weird.
Well, weird effects could be good, but we'll see
Yeah.
how that goes. It's a basking rootwaller. Sort
Not
of.
quite basking. It's
Yeah.
just a frilled sandwaller.
No, it basks. It says in the flavor text it's basking. I don't know why they didn't just print basking rootwaller, to be honest.
I don't know.
It's the same stats. This is a frilled sandwaller. It's a 1-mana 1/1, and you can pay 1 and a green to give it +2/+2 only once each turn. So, other than the fact that it doesn't have madness, it is a reprint of another card called Basking Rootwaller.
Yeah, I guess this is okay. I don't like this card very much, to be honest.
No, I'm not a fan.
This is filler at best, I think.
If you absolutely need another creature, I suppose. But
Yeah.
Basking Rootwaller never really broke any metas, other than the fact that you could discard it and cast it for free.
Yeah, yeah.
But this
So-
doesn't have that upside, so it's kind of, yeah.
That threat of activation. But even then, you're only getting him for 1, so who cares? Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so this is the most giant growth.
Yeah. Gift of Strength is 1 and a green for an instant. It's giant growth, but it gets reach as well. So, sweet. You can ambush some flies with the giant growth. I guess that's cool. Giant growth is a good card.
Yeah,
But
it's fine.
it's
I'd
cost
probably
2.
be happier if it gave trample, to be honest.
Well, yeah. Definitely.
As it
but-
is, this guy's just stolen Ronus's weapon.
That's twice we've seen that now.
You know, people are just stealing the gods' stuff. Like, do they have no respect for their fallen gods?
Hey, they got to survive somehow. And something's flying over the top, so they got to get it.
Fair enough. You know, gotta do what you gotta do, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, Gift of Strength, yeah, fine. Green combat trick.
Yeah,
Great if
play
you
it.
need it.
Yeah.
Alright, Harrier Naga.
This is sort of a reprint. 3 mana for a 3/3. We've seen this with the Centaur, I think it was.
Yep, yeah, there's the Centaur, same stats.
Yeah. And that was always decent, so I think this is going to be fine, but unexciting.
Yeah, not too great. Alright, what do we have next? Hope Tender. This is a sweet card.
Yeah, 2 mana, 2/2, Human Druid, and 1 and tap to untap target land, and 1 and tap and exert, untap 2 target lands. So if you exert, you get an extra mana, but if you don't exert, you sort of filter almost with other lands that you have.
Yeah, so you can sort of filter if you need to get a double, I guess.
Yeah.
But it does give you access to 4 mana on turn 3. So that's pretty good.
2, 3. Yeah, you're right, of course. This is a really good card. I mean, it base stats, it's a bear, and it's got really good upside. So,
as much as Rob probably won't agree with me, I think I prefer Naga Vitalist over this.
we'll know that.
I'd rather trade the 1 point of power for consistent ramp. Like having that mana available consistently. I don't think the extra point of power is worth having to exert. I reckon you sort of disagree, I'm sensing.
I don't disagree. I just like the fact that it can just be an aggressive dude. And that is worth something. So I don't think they're that comparable.
Okay.
I see this as more of a dude that can ramp when it needs to, but otherwise it's just a dude.
Right. So it sort of fills the reverse role, where Vitalist was a ramp card that can attack if it has to.
Yeah.
This is more of a guy to get in early for turn 3, turn 4, and then ramp if it needs to.
Yeah, or fix. It just has random upsides that will be good.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Looking at it a bit
That's the way I
different.
look at it. Yeah.
I mean, either way, you're putting this in green decks, right? It just goes into any green deck.
Oh yeah, regardless of what Rob says about ramp creatures, they're always good, and you should play them.
All right, excellent. So Hope Tender getting in.
Yep.
The Hour of Promise. This is horrible. I'm very disappointed to see this card.
Okay. 4 and a green for a sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 land cards. Put them onto the battlefield tap. Then shuffle your library. Then, if you control 3 or more deserts, create 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. Okay, so this is why we're playing deserts.
No, sorry, you read that wrong. It says search your library for Cabal Coffers and Urborg and put them into play. That's what that says.
Okay, I see. My limited mind wasn't thinking about the real applications of this card.
Yeah, I mean, you have to read it carefully. It says 2 land cards, which is insane. It doesn't have to be basic lands. It searches for any 2 lands.
Yeah, I did think of that, and that's why you could get heaps of deserts. But if you do that, you don't get the zombies.
You don't care. Because you cast Army of the Damned and flash it back in the next turn and get 26 zombies.
Fair enough.
If that's what you want to do about zombies, otherwise you can just win. But yeah, Hour of Promise is kind of a cool card for Commander. It's going to do some just terrible land gathering things, because there are so many amazing utility lands in Magic. And it just goes and gets the best 2 lands that you want at the time. But for limited or other sort of standard applications, what do you think?
I don't think standard, because 5 mana ramp spell is not really what you want, and you'd really want the ramp in standard rather than just 2 dudes. Like, this is a 5-drop, so you're playing Lily on this turn, so I don't think you're doing that. In terms of limited, I think this could be alright. I haven't really thought about the impact of... I don't know, the ramp decks and how many deserts you want to play, maybe there is something with like 3 or 4 colors here. And getting 2/2/2s is a pretty good deal.
Yeah, 5 mana for 4 power and toughness is fairly good, and it's going to be enough, I think, if you can get the 3 deserts. You really need to have a desert in play and fetch up 2 more for this to be worth playing. But those 2 guys are going to be enough to hold off the next turn, because you've kind of blanked your turn, in order for you then to play something huge, because you've now got 7 mana or more.
Yeah, so this kind of fits into what I want to do when I'm playing Magic, play all the colors and play big stuff. So I kind of like this.
Yeah, I think that this is certainly it has a deck that it goes into. It goes into the green white or the green blue ramp deck, but in that deck it's going to be excellent.
Yep.
All right, I promise a good little build around. But life goes on.
Apparently, 1 green mana for an instant, you gain 4 life. If a creature died this turn, you gain 8 life instead. So it's kind of morbid. And I don't like it, and I'm not going to play it.
No, I think the only reason that I want to get this, I want to get them in foil so that I can just pull it out whenever anyone starts whinging or gives a bad beat story. Just be like, here you go.
That's sick.
Just going to have a collection.
Rub in the salt.
Yeah. But yeah, it's fine. I like the flavor text. Some of it's been all inspirational. If you believe the God Pharaoh is testing us, then prove yourself. If you don't, then fight anyway.
Yeah, I don't know much about Summit and her story, but I don't know.
She's pretty cool. Her Planeswalker card seems terrible, but she seems pretty cool as a character.
Yeah, she was so good in Amonkhet.
Alright, so let's have a look. We have the Majestic Myriarch. So this one is a 4 and a green for a Chimera with Star, power and toughness, and it's equal to double the number of creatures you control. So by itself it's a 2/2, but if you have one other creature it's a 4/4, and then so on up the line.
Yeah.
And it also has Odric's ability for itself, where if you have a creature with flying, or first strike, double strike, death touch, haste, hexproof, indestructible, lifelink, menace, reach, trample, or vigilance, it gets those each combat as well.
So you want this with Summit?
Yes, you want this with the keyword soup, absolutely.
This is okay. Look, I'm always going to take this and play this. I'm probably going to take this, play this, splash this, put it everywhere. But I can see... I think this is a bit overhyped at the moment, the way I've heard some people talking about it.
Has this been... I haven't seen terribly many people talking about this. Has this been getting very positive reviews?
Yeah, I just... maybe I'm just more down on it than most. I think it's just going to be a jump blocker, like get jump blocked a lot of the time, and sometimes it's going to be really awkward. It'll be a 4/4 dude, and it's not going to do anything else. I don't know.
I think it's reasonable to expect this to be a 6/6 most of the time. Hopefully you have 2 other creatures out at any point, so I think having this as a 6/6 could be fairly reasonable.
Yeah.
The awkward part is if your opponent has instant speed removal, they can shrink this out of nowhere. So it goes from a 6/6 or a 4/4 down a level. And then when you've blocked or been blocked by something that you were expecting to be able to beat, suddenly you can't beat that 5/5.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I've been thinking about it as well. I can just see it getting blown out a lot. And it's fine, and I probably want this in a blue deck or green-white where I've got something that can give it flying, because then it's just ridiculous. But other than that,
definitely, yeah, you want to give it wings as fast as possible.
Yeah, and having said all that, I'm going to play it and try and break the crap out of it. So I'm going to be first picking this and just trying to get as many keywords as I can into my deck.
Yeah, I think if you manage to get all of them, then you should just win on the spot.
Okay, well, I'll try and do that.
Yeah. All right, so next we have another defeat.
Nissa's turn this time. 2 and a green for Nissa's defeat. It's a sorcery. Destroy target forest, green enchantment, or green planeswalker. If that permanent was a Nissa Planeswalker, draw a card. This is probably the only one I wouldn't bring in out of the board.
What?
I don't like this.
It draws a card. It cantrips. Surely it's good.
If you destroy a Nissa Planeswalker, which isn't in this limited format.
Fine.
Actually, it is. It is in this format, isn't it? It was in the last set.
Yes, there's the
But it was
Nissa Sage Animist thing. Animist, whatever it is.
That wasn't even very...
Elements?
Yeah, it wasn't even very good.
It's just, I can imagine you cast this, you kill that Nissa, and they're just like, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah. They couldn't make it kill a green creature. It'd be too good.
Yeah, and green's just not allowed to destroy creatures like that. I don't think that's something within green's color wheel.
Yeah.
So it couldn't. But yeah, you're right. This is probably not getting in unless they have some sweet green enchantment. If they have Sandworm Convergence, you might need this as a naturalize effect.
Yeah, I mean, this could be really brutal if you're on the play and they play their forest on turn 2, you play turn 3, and you kill their forest. That would be backbreaking.
Oh, absolutely. This destroying a land can be pretty brutal, but I don't think it's going to be enough to play this.
Agreed. I'm probably not bringing this in. Even if I see a Nissa on the other side of the board, I'm probably not bringing this in.
Alright, so Nissa not being defeated for us.
No.
Stay out. Alright. Oasis Ritualist.
This is a cool card. I kind of like this card. 3 and a green for a 2/4 Naga Druid. Tap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, or tap and exert, add 2 mana of any 1 color to your mana pool. I love this card. This card's so good.
Yeah, that's a lot of mana. So you're jumping from 4 to 6, or maybe 7?
Yeah.
That's huge. And a 2/4 is not a completely unserviceable body for 4. Like, it's not great, but you'll play a 2/4 for 4 if you have to.
Yeah, and it blocks okay the time it comes down, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, I really like this card, and yeah, knowing me, this is what I want to do. I want to play 3 colors and do all the fun, big, rampy stuff.
And then die on turn 5 because of the red aggressive and red-white aggressive decks.
That's alright, I've got 2 other rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this looks like a lot of fun. The deck that this goes into should be a really cool deck to play.
Yeah.
But you have to
Looking
have
forward
things.
to
Like,
it.
you have to have 6 and 7 drops. Right? You don't want a 5-mana curve.
I would do it also for the fixing. Like, I would play other, like, cards for this, like off-color cards.
Yeah, you can certainly, if you need to splash, this helps you a lot in the splashing. Probably better than Gift of Paradise.
Yeah, I mean, the upsides and downsides are there. It's a creature, so it can get killed, but it can also attack and block, so yeah.
Alright, yeah, good card. Lots of versatility.
Yeah.
They reprinted Overrun. It's an Overrun.
Oh, no. Overrun. That's Overcome, really? That's the name that they gave this card? Overcome? Yeah. Come on.
This is, and I'm 100% with you. I think they have wasted a perfectly good. There are not that many one-word card names, and Overcome could be an excellent card, and now it's just on not even an Overrun. It's worse than Overrun.
Oh. Yeah, only by a little bit. This card's still insane.
Yeah, it's still a very, very good card, but they could have just reprinted Overrun, right? It could have been basically the same.
No, I don't think they're ever going to print Overrun again. In limited. The
No?
Card's
Too good.
No, it's way too good. Way too good.
Is this fixing it? Just +2/+2 instead of +3/+3? Is it fixed?
I mean, it's still going to be really, really good.
It's easier to cast.
Easier to cast, yeah. Like this is going to end a lot of games. This card, this is very good. It's obviously not as good as Overrun, but it's not far off.
Yeah, if you've never played against an Overrun before, you're in for some real unfortunate stories, because
LR do a groan test, and this is the groan test. You're like, oh, okay, just scoop them up.
Yeah, this is, you had it, you're 100% going to win that game, and they top decked Overcome and won.
Yeah, brutal.
First pick, do you take this?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
thought so. I figured. I agree. Yeah, excellent, very brutal green card that's just going to end the game.
Mm-hmm.
More cats.
Yay! This one's a big cat though. It's like a lion. Pride Sovereign. 2 and a green for a 2/2 cat. Gets +1/+1 for each other cat you control. And for a white and tap, exert it and create 2/1/1 white cat creature tokens with lifelink. That's sick.
Yeah, this is awesome. You activate it once and it's a 4/4.
Yeah. You can do that on blocks too.
Absolutely.
It's not like you have to do it as a sorcery.
Yeah, sweet card. So let me just understand. So it's 2/2. It works really hard, and then 2 little cats appear.
I think it just roars really loudly and tells the cats to come, and then it's tired.
Right. Okay. Yep.
I don't know.
I know it's weird. It's clearly a male cat. It's got the big mane going on and all that sort of thing. A male lion. So yeah, I don't know. But
Okay,
yeah,
this is awesome.
yeah, definitely. And cat tribal going along very well. You've got Adorned Pouncer. You've got this. You've got Regal Caracal. I mean, you've got cat tribal coming together.
Yeah. Do you play this out of green white? Do you splash the white? I mean, you'd have to, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Mm-hmm. And I would even splash the other way. I would splash it as a green card in a white-based deck.
Yep, that's fair. Yep.
Yeah, Pride Sovereign is a bomb and definitely a first pickable card.
Yeah, really, really good.
Cool. Okay. Quarry Beetle. This is a 4 and a green for an insect. When it enters the battlefield, you may return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And it's a 4/5.
Cool. I guess that works with like the deserts, right?
Yeah, it works with our cycling deserts. It works with the deserts that sacrifice deserts or themselves. So
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I kind of like this card. It's pretty much the 5/5 vanilla of the last set. Pretty much treat it the same. 5 is a big butt, so
yeah, it's certainly going to get in the way. It can block all of the eternalized creatures if they're coming around. So
that's true.
I think it's a sweet one. And some of those deserts, the uncommon desert cycle is quite powerful. So it could get some good value there.
Yeah. I think you'll be able to do some really good work with this one.
All right, sweet Quarry Beetle. Yeah, pick it up and play that in your 5-drop slot.
Mm-hmm.
Raging Hippo.
Jeez, look at that thing.
That's a scary looking creature.
Yeah. So it's 4 green for a 5/6 hippo with trample, and it has cycling. So this is kind of the big, dumb green fatty that cycles for the set. And I'm pretty happy with it. Trample's good.
Yeah, and 5/6 is really big. I possibly like it even more than the insect we just looked at, just because it is so big and trample just gets through.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is 6 is definitely a lot more than 5. So that's something, but trample's huge.
Absolutely. And so you're thinking the hippo has earned your respect?
Yeah, but I don't like looking at it.
No. So yeah. It has the capacity to bite someone in half, so that's worthy of some respect.
That art should have been on mouth.
That is the mouth for sure. Yeah. I don't want to be the one to feed it though.
Yeah, no way.
All right, Ramenup Excavator. I'm pretty sure I said that correctly. It's a 2/3 for 3 mana, Naga Cleric, and it's a Crucible of Worlds.
Run up. Oh, that's awesome. I love this card already. I wasn't even listening to what you were saying.
Alright, so yeah, whenever we play Ramenup, we're gonna have to go through the banana boat commercials. Alright, so yeah, this is the draft weekend promo. This is a bit weird. It's not the release weekend, it's the draft weekend, which coincides with the release weekend, but not on the Friday.
Not on the Friday.
Yeah, so we're not allowed to F&M draft it. We have to come in on Saturday or Sunday and draft to get this thing.
Done. I
So
really
we'll
like this card.
Yeah. So it's cool. It's as I said, Crucible of Worlds is a really good card, and playing another version of Crucible is going to be really good for Highlander.
Yeah. This is going to be okay in like those land-based green commander decks, right?
Oh, absolutely. things like the Gitrog monster's going to love this thing, because you
Oh,
just
yeah.
pitch your lands, get them back, fetch lands for days. Like, sweet.
And it's a 2/3. It goes in my Azuri. Sick.
Limited, you don't really care about this, do we?
Yeah, no. No, I'm not picking it high.
2, 3, yeah. Not unless you have like a million deserts that you want to play, and then you're getting them back a lot.
Sure. Yeah.
Alright, so ramming up excavators straight into the commander binders.
Yeah.
The Manamana Hydra is a 4-mana 3/3, and this is what you put next to that Chimera. Vigilance, Reach, Trample. It gets +1/+1 if you have a desert, and it gets +1/+1 if there is a desert card in your graveyard, for a total possible size of 5/5 if you've got all of it.
Which is disgusting, by the way. Like,
Oh.
that card is so good.
If you can put a desert in your graveyard and into play, this is a 5/5 Vigilance, Reach, Trample. How do you beat that? How can it lose, boys?
I don't know. The Hippo is a 5/6, right?
Sure.
No, this card's great. And it looks like green really is wanting to play a lot of deserts.
Yeah, they've definitely got a desert sub-theme going on, so the green desert is going to be a lot more highly valued than the others.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for the time where I get to attack with this as a 4/4 or a 3/3, and then cycle my desert to catch someone out.
Yeah. This, like, you look at the artwork of this, like the one that's hiding in the sand. That's really... Oh, there's 2 of them hiding in the sand.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I really like that.
There's probably more. This is it's a Hydra, so those are all the same thing, just many heads of the same creature.
Yeah. There's one that's missing.
That's the scariest part.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the sneaky Hydra. So we're going on a little bit, but this is an excellent card for limited. I'm definitely going to be playing this.
Slam it down.
Even just as a 4-mana 3/3 with all the words, this is fine, and then get some deserts in your deck to make it even better.
Yep.
So good job, Hydra. Are you playing off-color deserts in green? Because it seems like green can just play deserts.
Yeah, it seems like it.
See if you can dilute your mana base a little bit to just play extra deserts.
Yeah, I mean, it just helps you. Like, if you want to splash, it just gives you more incentive to do that. So I'm all for that. And this, you could just splash this in a non-green deck.
Yeah, for sure.
Off a desert.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. All right, do we have any more? We have the Resilient Kenra. What is this one going to do for us?
Another rare. 1 and a green for a 2/2 Jackal Wizard. And when it enters the battlefield, you may have target creature get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is its power, and it has Internalize. Or Eternalize.
Yeah, so we get to... comes back, so the first time it's a 2-mana 2/2 buff something for 2, and when it comes back, buffs for 4, so that can be pretty intimidating.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a lot, but that has a big swing on the game. Just being able to push through damage like that.
And I remember Yeva's Force Mage was a card you'd see in core sets every now and then, which was 3 mana for this same sort of front face without the Eternalize. And that was always playable. I mean, it was an uncommon, so it was okay. It was a decent card. I think the Eternalize does push it over the top, though.
Oh, yeah. Eternalize makes this card very good.
Yeah, I mean, just put it on your Hippo, make it a 9/10 with Trample.
Sure.
That seems good to me.
Yeah, it seems good to me, too.
So, yeah, very good. Is this a first pickable card, or are we leaving this to go a little while? Being a rare, like, you're going to be looking at this.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd take premium removal over it, but not too much. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So, Sandblast, are you taking Sandblast or Resilient
Kenra? Oh, no. Yeah, I'm taking the Kenra.
Taking the Kenra? Yeah, that seems reasonable. Alright, and Ronus's Last Stand.
So, yeah, Ronus didn't make it, but his last stand is green, make a 5/4 green snake creature token, and lands don't untap because it's his last stand. This is really, really good.
Yeah, this is huge. I mean, I'm pretty much snap first picking this if it's in my pack.
Oh, for sure. Like, if you're on the play and you play this on turn 2, what are they going to do?
It's pretty much like premium removal or unsummon. Like, that's it. If they have unsummon, you're sad, but otherwise, you're just destroying them.
But even, like, there's probably, like, 2 removal spells that get it by that time. Like, it's going to get a hit in.
Absolutely, yeah. And you'll pay 2 mana and skip a turn to just deal 5 some. That's not terrible.
Of course, yeah.
And yeah, late in the game, top deck this, like, it's still going to be good. You don't really care about not untapping next turn.
Yeah, and you can do something else with your mana. It's only cost 2. So that's fine.
Yeah, amazing card. Standard? You want to play this in Standard? You like a good big green deck?
This isn't really my style. For Standard, but and it seems really good to me. I don't know.
I think there's a deck here with Rishka. And just making that big green deck, because you can play Rishka, you can make some mana dorks, and then this doesn't have as big of a drawback because your creatures can still untap.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like this on turn 2, and I really like 2 of them on turn 4. When you just because playing them in multiples, no big deal.
That is so gross.
Yeah, so I can certainly see Ronus' Last Stand as a very strong constructed standard playable card if you can get that going.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, so Ronus' Stand, A+, play it. How about his Stalwart?
Is he taking something as well, or is he just throwing pillars around?
He's just smashing things with the pillar.
Oh, okay, cool. So 1 and a green for a 2/2 human warrior, and when it attacks, you may exert it, and when you do, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn and can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less this turn. So it's the green version of Gustwalker.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I'll take that. This card's sweet.
I mean, it's not quite as good as Gustwalker because I think flying is better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This can just be blocked by bigger creatures. Gustwalker kept getting in on turn 4 and turn 5 and turn 6.
Yeah.
This won't.
Yeah, okay, sorry. I shouldn't have said that. This isn't as good as Gustwalker, but it's pretty good.
It's pretty sweet, yeah, and you definitely need to give that chick some room because she is wrecking stuff.
Yeah, she's throwing shit around.
Alright, so look out for Ronus' Stalwart coming through.
Yeah.
Alright, Fox 2. This is a Sidewinder.
What did you say?
Fox 2, that's an aviation joke. Fox 2 is to launch a missile, which is a Sidewinder is a missile.
Oh, okay, sorry. Whoa, right over my head.
This is a Naga. Oh, there's like one person out there that got that joke. It's a 3/2 for 3 mana, and if you control a desert, it gets +1/+0 and has trample. So it can be a 4/2 with trample where there are deserts.
Yay. Oh, this is fine. Fine card. The upside's decent, but nothing special.
3 mana 3/2s are just playable. They're fine. Usually you want them to have upsides like Hooded Brawler, but you'll take this.
Yeah, you'll take it, you'll play it. It's fine.
Alright, Sifter Worm. That is a scary looking thing.
Very colourful too. So 5 green for a 7/7 worm with trample, sweet. And when it enters the battlefield, scry 3. Then reveal the top card of your library. You gain life equal to that card's converted mana cost. Well, that's really powerful. 7 mana for a 7/7 trample, scry 3. Even without that life gain bit, that's really good.
Yeah, Scry 3 is almost drawing a card in Limited, because you get to get rid of some lands, usually. Off the top, out of the top 3, there's going to be lands you don't need, so... And then gaining some life. This is the payoff that you want to play after your cultivists and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is what you want to ramp into. And the moment when they play this and then keep 3 cards on top is just going to be the worst feeling. You just got no chance.
Yeah, they're just like, oh crap.
Yeah. Card's so good.
Yeah, this is amazing. How far up the chain are we picking this?
I don't think it's as good as the 6/7 Hexproof from Amonkhet, but it's not far behind it. I think I'd want to be in green before I take this, though.
Yeah, so I think you need to be in the ramp deck, because getting to 6 mana naturally is pretty straightforward. Most of the time you're going to get to 6 mana, but the step between 6 and 7 is actually a fairly big step.
Yeah, it's a couple of turns usually, and that's a long time.
Yeah. So yeah, just make sure you have some kind of ramp in the deck, otherwise this could disappoint you. Sit in your hand for a while.
Yeah, but otherwise, if you've got the ramp,
Oh yeah,
play
it's
it and smash.
absolute bomb.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have a crocodile here. It's a 4-mana 4/4, which is good. And if any creature has a neg 1 counter on it, this also has vigilance and death touch.
That's so weird.
It's a very weird design, but a very powerful card.
Oh yeah, even without the text, 4 mana for a 4/4 is a good card, and black green's gonna have some kind of -1/-1 counter shenanigans going on. So yeah.
Chucking vigilance on this is just mean. I mean, just get in for 4 with death touch and then still be able to block. You just need to get this thing off the battlefield.
You really do, and death touch is so brutal on a card like this because if it's the biggest thing on the board and they have to double block, it's just instant 2-for-1, and that's just the best feeling in the world.
For sure, yeah. That combination, I really like the combination of vigilance and death touch because it's hard to block, it's hard to attack into, and it gets to do both every cycle.
Yeah.
All right, outstanding. So yeah, I've probably picked this over the previous card, the Sifter Worm, because I think there are enough ways to get counters on things.
Oh, for sure. I think this is a better card, just in general, yeah.
Alright, Tenacious Hunter, very high pick there.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe this is our last card.
Uncage...
Oh dear.
Sorcery?
So, you want to say that one again? I lost you there for a second.
Okay, Uncage the Menagerie. X green for a sorcery, mythic. Search your library for up to X creature cards with different names that each have converted mana cost X. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. Want to explain that one for me?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, because the trick to this is figuring out what is the right cost for X. Because if you play 1, so 3 mana, 1 green, you get a 1-drop. So you're going to get a mana elf, which is pretty bad, realistically. At 4 mana, you get 2 2-drops, so you can get a couple of grizzly bears or something like that. That's starting to get useful. 4 mana, 2 cards, not too bad. At 5 or 6 mana, that's where this card really starts to be interesting, because you're getting 3 3-drops or 4 4-drops, and now you're talking about, I've got serious gas for the rest of the game. If you've got 4 4-drops or 3 3-drops, you're really going to be able to do some good use for it. That said, if you're doing that on turn 5 or turn 6, you're not doing anything else. So it's a real bit of a toss-up as to how do you use this card, because it's clearly powerful.
Yeah. This is a card, you got to remember what's in your deck and what you've played, because especially if you play this late and you've gone through quite a bit of your deck. I get the feeling that 3 3/3s is going to be the default. Because you do play 4s, but you don't play that many 4s, I don't think.
Well, I don't know. If you pay 6 mana for this and only get 3 4-drops, I mean, that's awkward. Fail to find one.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. No, you're right. 3 4-drops definitely better, but you still got to cast them. So if you're paying 6, you could probably only cast one of them the following turn, but you'd be able to cast 2 3-drops.
Yeah.
So this actually curves really well. 5 mana for X equals 3, and then into 2 3-drops when you've got 6 mana the next turn.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the sweet spot, is 5 mana for 3 3s.
Yeah, I mean, this could be okay. I'm not too high on it, though.
No, I don't think I'm going to be super keen on picking... Well, I might pick this up early just to play around with it. I don't know if it's necessarily the best decision. I think removal, you should probably take over this.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Make the best deck. But, and Commander players, I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this. Just, chuck it in and pick out whatever utility creatures you feel like. Get 6 6-drops, because why not?
Sure, yeah. Actually, I might play this in Commander.
Yeah, so cool card. And I think that pretty much wraps up our green. It does. So that's Uncaged Menagerie, and that's all of green. How do you feel about green?
Green looks pretty good. A couple of odd ones that felt more like blue cards, like the 1/3 cat. But other than that, I'm pretty excited to play some green.
I think green is looking a touch slow. I think you're going to be slightly outpaced if you come up against the very aggressive decks. But otherwise, it has some really strong cards. So if you get past that early stage, it's going to stomp.
Yeah, and that's the aim.
Yeah. And Ambuscade is still, like, first card is probably still the best card in green.
Oh, for sure. Definitely best common at least. Yeah.
Alright, excellent. Well, thanks everyone for joining us for our green discussions. We will continue on with some multicolored cards coming up pretty soon. So join us for the rest of the discussions, and we'll see you later.
See you guys.